slowly be building up the audience as we go through something a little bit different than what most people do. But we have Champion Finance on. I hope you guys are ready to hear about all the things they got going on. It's definitely a lot. Going through a lot of the little quiz that we have coming up at the end, I was like, dang, there's a lot of things to look into today. But let's get ready for it. We do things, like I said, a little bit differently for it, or a little bit differently than most AMAs. We like to go through a little bit where we break the ice a little bit, start to get to know you as a person, maybe some likes, dislikes, all that kind of thing. So, first question I got
I
for
saw
you.
that in some of your other AMAs.
Yeah,
I
yes.
was wondering before we get started on that, do you grade me after I answer these questions? I wonder if maybe you send it off and have my personality tested to see what kind of person I really am or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. I got like the, what is it, 16 personalities test and the Enneagram
Yeah.
test all pulled up, and I'm like filling out all the answers as we go on a
So
scale of 1 to
maybe
5.
I might want to change my answers based on what I think you want to hear then, huh?
Yep. You don't want to get this thing closed down early, right?
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Well, first question I got for you. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food, if you celebrate Thanksgiving?
Yes, I'm from the US, so we celebrate Thanksgiving. Probably, I'd say dressing or stuffing, whatever you happen to call
Really?
it, because I don't get it that often. I don't like not the instant stuff. Some good homemade version of it would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people love stuffing. So
Yeah,
100%. Um, Next thing we got, how about favorite dessert for Thanksgiving? I've been thinking about food a lot today, so I was like, oh, I'm writing these
sounds
questions
like
in.
that's all right. Well, you're gonna make my mouth start watering here. Um, I'm a pumpkin pie lover, so I'll have to
Okay.
say that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Little bit of whipped cream on top, that'll be great.
Awesome. What do you think, taking it a little bit into crypto now, what do you think we're going to see? Do you think it's more likely that we have a bull run towards the beginning of next year or towards the end?
Um,
Or neither? You
I'm,
can't you
I'm,
can't say neither.
I, yeah, I'm leaning towards the beginning.
Okay.
I, I think a lot of it might hinge on the uh, SEC trial with Ripple, and
Hmm.
if that break loose, that might kind of kick everything else loose. We'll see.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. A lot of people aren't thinking about that, but very, very interesting stuff for sure. Have you seen some of the recent stuff to come out about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting, uh, a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon on
Right?
Ripple's side of it. So we'll see what goes on.
Yeah, recently Coinbase hopping on board, hopping on that bandwagon. I think people
Yeah,
are realizing it's going to play a very influential role in what happens next.
yeah, exactly. They're finally understanding that it affects the whole crypto industry and not just Ripple.
Hmm. Yeah, this is going to set that case law for a lot of things in the future, a lot of things to come.
Yeah,
Um, Okay, awesome. So you're one of the first people actually answer beginning of the year. That is awesome. At least first one of the first AMA guests to answer that. In 10 years, do you think that more people will be holding and buying tokens or NFTs?
uh, that's a tough one. It depends what if NFTs get fleshed out to their full capability, where just about anything of value can be tokenized into an NFT,
Hmm.
some type, including mortgages, property, then there'd probably be the average person would probably have more NFTs than tokens.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think a lot of people are starting to see the value in it. At least recently in our space, we've seen a lot of people start to be realize how much information you can actually throw into an NFT and what all the utility behind it and what it can actually do.
yeah,
Um, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say it started off as they were just fun pictures or graphics to have, but there's so
Right?
much more to them than that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely with you. The final thing I got. What if you could pick one crypto in the top 100 to put all your money into for the next bull run? What would it be?
Uh, well, I'll have to ride that XRP train.
Gotcha. So you're going with XRP.
Yeah, I think they're still, what are they, the fourth largest cryptocurrency, even though uh, the price has been depressed and never took off like the rest of them did during the last cycle. So I think if when things get cleared up with them, the sky's the limit for
Yeah,
that token.
definitely. I 100% know where you're coming from. It's funny because I've been chatting about that recently. So, 100% I am with you. um, yeah, we have somebody saying NFTs are scams, other than his project, of course.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Pi, 100%. But let's go a little bit deeper into who you are, what you do, where you come from, and then we'll get into your project afterwards.
All right. I'm typically, I guess I'm older than the typical person that would be interested in crypto and DeFi. For the most part, I was kind of a techie way back when, and I came out when computers first started and got into programming years ago, and was involved for years and years. Along the way, did network administration, database management, that type of thing, and got into PC programming, and then online. Did some internet marketing stuff along the way. Had a small internet marketing company that marketed some software for Pinterest. And then through that, just being around those environments, I don't know how, honestly, all the cryptocurrency stuff slipped up on me, but I didn't really even pay attention to it or find out about it until 7 or 8 years ago. I could have been one. I know I would have been if I'd heard about it. I would have been one of those Bitcoin guys that I bought 6,000 Bitcoin when it was 2 cents, and I would have. We probably wouldn't have been having this conversation right now, but yeah, it is what it is. And anyways, I start off like a typical person, just buying a little bit for the fun of it, and then finding out more about crypto, and a couple years ago, DeFi, and getting involved in some of those projects, mostly on an investor side. Then when Champion Finance got started, I found out about them, and again, it was just on the investor side of it, but I got involved in their Discord, and just my activity on the Discord, the team contacted me and asked me to be a moderator, and from there proceeded to they invited me to be the head of their community and join the team there. So that's how that went.
Yeah, that is awesome. So what role do you currently play in Champion Finance?
I'm my title, I guess, is head of community. So I do. The team is mostly based in Southeast Asia, and English isn't their primary language. So there's a little bit of a barrier with them. I mean, they speak English and stuff, but so that was one side, and because of that, it's just the opposite side of the world. They wanted a little bit of a presence in time zones on this side of the world too, because it's more conducive for me to do AMAs. That people in the U.S. or U.K. or whatever would be more likely to attend, and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a mutual benefit for both of us.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So how is it that you first came in contact? Can you remind me of that again?
I originally had gotten involved in a couple P2E games, and then I got involved in Grape and Frozen Walrus.
Okay.
And somewhere along the line, and through one of those two, I found out about Champion and joined in there.
Awesome. Yeah, very, very cool story. And so how are you now, like going back to Champion Finance, what everything is going on? How is Champion Finance doing? What is Champion Finance trying to do? You had to give the quick TLDR, and then we'll dive a little deeper from there.
Okay. Champion started out as a pretty standard tomb fork, and with a couple innovative features. We had a rebase feature, and we're shooting for a multi-peg token, which we do now have. When it first started, it was just a single peg token, like most tomb forks would be. But along the way, the devs and the team are very quick to react to things that aren't working as well as they should, or finding new innovations to implement. And so along the way, they've changed things, changed taxes, added this tax, taken away, worked on the rebase feature, how often to rebase, what when to allow it. Now rebasing is totally turned off. And just some of the new features that we have coming out now for our metal pools and trophy rooms, and they're just an ETF, as part of that trophy room. They're just a very knowledgeable team and a very good dev group that works with us too to implement the kinds of things that we think we need to move on from here.
Gotcha. Makes sense. And so let's go a little bit deeper. What is the overall problem that Champion Finance initially came in with that problem that they were coming in to try and solve? And then from there, where are they building to now?
Okay. Well, I think the problem that most tomb forks that I've seen along the way have had and still have is the ability to stay above peg. With Champion Finance, that was solved in a fashion through the rebase mechanism, which, if anybody's not familiar with that, basically what it does is if the price falls to a certain level for a certain length of time, the tokens are revalued and burned to bring the price back up to peg or close to it, to reestablish the boardroom so that the boardroom's printing again. It's not a permanent solution. It was designed to be a kind of an emergency situation, and we were finding that it was happening too often. So they've worked on some features to be able to make peg steady, but do away with the rebase feature. And that the primary way of doing that is going to be through our ETF, which is similar in function to Dex Finance's ETF. If anybody's familiar with that, I'm not real familiar with them. I haven't been involved with Dex, but I have read up on their ETF. And basically what it is we've taken our existing boardroom and put them on hold for right now. Shut them down, so the existing boardrooms won't be used for staking. The only thing the boardrooms will be used for is to emit the peg tokens. Those peg tokens will go directly to the DAO, and the DAO will sell peg tokens to raise funds to buy the assets that are in our ETF fund. And the new trophy rooms that are established for each of the peg tokens, then the rewards for those will be funded from from those funds that the DAO raises that way, and just a little bit of additional, a couple other ways that can be raised too. But so what that does is take the sell pressure off of the peg tokens that everybody was finding. As soon as people earn rewards in a typical boardroom on the peg tokens, they turn around and sell the peg tokens, which drives the price down, and then the boardrooms stop printing. Instead of that, our ETF on the boardrooms is made up of blue chip crypto, specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, AVAX and our own CHAM token, which is our share token in Champion. So when you get one CHAM ETF token in rewards in our new trophy room, you get a portion of all of those blue chip tokens as that reward, and that reward can in turn be redeemed at any time for those underlying tokens, or it can be sold and reinvested to into more of a stake into the Champion protocol.
Gotcha. So correct me if I'm wrong. So you do have that mechanism in which there is some kind of reflection, but in order to keep that sell pressure off that reflection token, you instead made it an ETF of sorts between a bunch of different blue chips so that they were being rewarded with this ETF that already had this set value behind it. Is that about right? Okay.
Sure.
Gotcha. So what was the initial mechanism? So is it a rebasing? Is that what you'd said, that it's a rebasing mechanism that brings it, or
the original mechanism in Champion to maintain the peg value was rebase? Yes.
Okay.
But the rebase functionality has been turned off right now.
Okay.
Because
gotcha.
the DAO will be able to buy and sell tokens, the peg tokens, on an as needed basis to maintain peg price. The goal is to maintain for us to maintain TWAP somewhere between 1.03 and 1.05. And if the price, if some sell off of the peg tokens does occur to cause the price to drop, then it benefits the DAO because they can buy undervalued peg tokens, put them back into the assets that the protocol owns. And one of the main ways that people will earn rewards is to put stake peg LP into the new trophy room. And the only way they'll have to get that is to buy that peg token back from the DAO. So as people want to invest into Champion, then they'll have to buy that peg token from the DAO to form their LP, and that will drive the price back up. So.
Gotcha. Very, very interesting. Yeah, you guys have a lot of stuff coming. So what was the kind of looking forward now from where you're at now? What's the biggest goal that the DAO is driving towards? Is there some central focus that the DAO has in mind as far as, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just should mention our first, I think I did mention at the beginning, we have 3 peg tokens currently, and let me just cover that a little bit.
Yeah.
One is our UVIC token, and that's pegged to USDC, so it's pegged to a stable coin. The other 2 are EVIC and BVIC. They're pegged, to Ethereum and Bitcoin for those that would rather have a little more risk or a little more upside potential. So in Champion, then you have 2 choices. You can choose to stake into UVIC, which would tend to be more stable since it's pegged to a stable coin, or try Ethereum or Bitcoin side. Then we've had, like I mentioned, the existing boardrooms have been turned off for a week or 2 now in anticipation of the new trophy rooms that will kind of semi-replace them. The trophy room for EVIC will be the first to launch, and we just had an announcement today that staking will be available for that tomorrow, starting at 1300 UTC time. So, and then that will launch 18 hours later after that. So this AMA is at a prime time for anybody that wants to get exposed to the new things that are starting up. In about 2 weeks after that, we'll have our metal pool launching as well. That's kind of a LP node type, very similar in form and function to the main core features of EMP's detonator product. And people will be able to stake into the metal pool, and in turn take a receipt for that stake and put it into the trophy room. So they'll earn rewards in the metal pool and rewards in the trophy room.
Gotcha. Okay, so you got your three tokens. Let's go through
Right.
like just real simply, just to rehash everything. You got your CHAM ETF. You have your
Right.
CHAM.
Well, we
Mhm.
have CHAM ETF is going to be the rewards in our new trophy rooms. We
Yep.
have CHAM, that's the share token for the whole protocol, covers all of the PEG tokens.
Okay. And how do those two differ? What is the CHAM, the share token? What is that being used for?
That's being used to stake in the board or in the trophy rooms as well. There'll
Okay.
be a
So there's like three layers to this, right? So going from
yes,
the top down, you have CHAM as the initial rebasing token that has now been shut off. If I'm getting everything correct, that second room
no,
is that incorrect?
CHAM is the share token.
Okay, gotcha. So then, what would be the first layer?
The first PEG token is UVIC,
Got it. Okay,
and then the two other PEG tokens are EVIC and BVIC. We call them our victory tokens. And the first character is the uh, token that they're pegged to. So USDC, Ethereum, or Bitcoin.
hmm, gotcha.
And those
Okay,
those are the peg tokens are the ones that used to rebase, but do not anymore.
okay. And then the second layer was which token?
Well, the rewards token from the trophy room. I'm not sure what you mean by second layer, but the rewards
Okay.
token out of the trophy room is a new token to the
Hmm.
protocol right now, and that's CHAM, the CHAM ETF token.
Gotcha. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into the ETF token. So, what initial thoughts spurred that on? Because I think that is a very, very good idea. Like intertwined in all this, it is an amazing thought to have some kind of ETF between a bunch of blue chips. Firstly, which blue chips are in that?
Blue chips that are in it are Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, AVAX, and our own share token, which is CHAM. So there's 5 of them.
Gotcha. Okay, very, very cool. And people are or were rewarded in Cham and are now no longer
In
rewarded, correct?
the we still have in a typical tomb fork
Mm-hmm.
protocol, they would have you have your farms that reward your share token. We still
Mm-hmm.
have those
Okay.
available too, and the CHAM token is still the reward token for those farms. So we have farm LP set up for each of the or each of the peg tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So you can form a UVIC USDC LP and earn CHAM. You can form an EVIC Ethereum LP, and be rewarded CHAM, and the same for BVIC and Bitcoin. So those farms still all produce the share token and CHAM. Then it would normally be in a typical tomb fork again that you would take your CHAM then and stake it in the boardroom and earn the peg token, and that's where most protocols have had the problem. Then people would take then in the boardroom, then you'd stake your share token, which is our CHAM, and earn the peg
Mm-hmm.
token, and people take the peg token and sell it, um, which causes the price of the peg token to fall,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that's what our CHAM ETF is designed to do away with, that sell pressure on the peg token then, because that peg token is no longer a reward token anywhere in our protocol.
Yeah.
It's printed like normal when you're above TWAP, but all the printed newly minted tokens of each of the peg tokens goes straight to the DAO's wallet.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Definitely makes sense. When is so this? It seems like this is almost like very, very new with the trophy room, correct? So when is that first epoch for trophy room? Because you guys got that little piece coming in as well, right?
Right? In 2 days.
Awesome. So we're looking at what is that? The
Pre,
4th of
pre
November.
yeah, the fourth. Yeah, it depends which part of the world you live in. Is it's about half a day pre-staking will open, and another 18 hours after that, the first epoch will happen. And
Gotcha.
that
Gotcha.
will be for the EVIC trophy room, and then 2 to 3 days after that will be the UVIC trophy room, and another couple days after that will be the BVIC trophy room. So within the next week, all three trophy rooms for all three of the PEG tokens will be open and rewarding with CHAM ETF.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And so Cham ETF is what can you do once you get that? Because I don't believe it's tradable, right?
No, it's not a tradable token. You can mint it yourself actually on our website right now. If you just wanted to hold a cross section of these tokens, that happen to be a part of what we set up, you can go um, to the website and actually mint it yourself and hold it in your wallet. Um, or the only other way to get it is as a reward out of the trophy rooms.
Gotcha.
The value in it is kind of two-sided. Then you're getting an actual hard blue chip asset that you can cash out at any time that you want. You can hold on to it in anticipation that it will appreciate, or the best option for you would be to hold on to it for a little while, because the next thing we'll have coming out after our trophy room and metal pools get up and running, they're already working on our own decks.
Mm-hmm.
And the CHAM ETF rewards out of the trophy room will be used as we'll be able to stake into the decks to earn rewards on our decks too.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
you can, if you followed the protocol all the way through, there's continuous rewards. You can
Mhm.
stake your LP in the farms, you can stake your LP in the metal pools, and then turn around and take the token that you get out of the metal pool and put that into the trophy room and earn CHAM ETF rewards there. And then you can turn around and take that and stake it, or you'll be able to when it comes out. You'll be able to take that and turn around and stake it into the decks and earn additional rewards there.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So let's walk through like beginning to end of ecosystem, how you would,
Mm-hmm.
roll through everything. So you start off like let's say you start off with USDC or BUSD. Let's walk through it.
Okay, sure. Let me mention, if anyone is interested in this and doesn't understand what I'm saying verbally, I've done a couple diagrams and some
Mm-hmm.
details on our Discord. We have a channel on the Discord called Chamley
Yeah.
Education, that those are available, and it shows exactly what we're about to talk about here, how you can enter the protocol with your funds, the different options that you have to put those funds in then, and how it would proceed through the protocol then.
You said you had
But
images. Feel free to drop one in the AMA questions if you'd like.
oh, sure. Hold on just a second. Let me see what I can find here.
Yeah, because that definitely the visual side is much much simpler. I think that is the the biggest bottleneck to people entering ecosystems is just not understanding what's going on with it, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I found. A lot of people understand by reading, a lot of people understand by hearing, and then some people understand by seeing. So,
Visual, yeah.
yeah.
Both the visual and reading come in play with with
Right.
diagrams for sure. Yeah, that would be great if we could get that dropped somewhere.
Yeah, I should have had that ready.
No
Thinking you would do
worries,
that.
no worries, no worries. As we kind of go through it though, basically, if you guys aren't aware, he's gonna walk us through the entire ecosystem, start to finish. If you were to roll through the whole thing, and then show different points where you might be able to, whether it might be taking profit or whether it might be continuing to roll your funds through. And meanwhile, I'm actually going to post the link to the Kahoot. We're going to start off in like 10 to 15 minutes. So,
Okay.
You guys are welcome to join and just sit in there, have that little music playing in the background while you wait. Let me throw that in here real quick. And they have been kind enough to give $200 for this giveaway. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask in the AMA questions, but they're going to have different awards for the different prizes for first, second, and third place for the giveaway or for the Kahoot. So go ahead and join. I posted it right here on the AMA announcements. I'll also throw it in AMA questions. Let me set these permissions real quick. You should be able to send images if you have any roles in here.
Right. You said in the AMA questions.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. We got one posted here. Okay. Yeah, you posted the same one. Awesome. So, oh my gosh, definitely a lot to go through. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's go to the start here at the top left.
All right, start here at the top left. Obviously, you'd come in and you're going to buy either, use whatever funds you want that it shows and buy our share token or create LP with the share token, or buy one of the dollar VIC representation would be the UVIC, the EVIC, or the BVIC. And to buy the LP, you'd have to buy some of that peg token and then the associative, USD, other side of the LP, the USDC or Ethereum or Bitcoin, and pair those together. Then you could take those and you can take that LP and stake it in the farms that you see over to the right. You'll see that same color that you had for the, what you entered CF with. You can, all this is kind of color coded, so you can follow the colors where they can go, what you can do with each of them. So you can stake your CHAM LP or your VIC LP in the farms and earn rewards there. Down below that, as I mentioned, the metal pools will be out in about 2 weeks, and you'll be able to stake both of those items again in the metal pools, and then take those metal pool rewards and go over to the left to the trophy room and stake those into the trophy room. So you'll earn rewards in the metal pools until the metal pools are delivered. You're just going to be able to straight stake the LP into the trophy room for a week or two until we get the metal pools up and running. So you would earn rewards from the farms from your original LP. Then you earn CHAM ETF in the trophy room. This is another thing that I didn't mention as we were going through it earlier. You also earn, you'll see the AOEA token. That's an airdrop, an additional reward token for our upcoming decks. That will be the reward token on the decks. So you're earning those in advance is what you're doing, and when the decks does launch, you'll be able to swap those AOEA tokens for the AOE token that will be the reward token on the DEX. So you're already earning rewards in our DEX that's not even launched yet.
Mm-hmm.
So then you see down from there, from the trophy room, you would take your CHAM ETF, and it shows in the diagram the hard asset pool below it. Those are the tokens that make up that asset pool, different ratios of each of those tokens that you can see in our documentation. And then your option is to redeem that by burning the CHAM ETF token and just taking those rewards and doing with them as you see fit, or take what we would recommend. The most prudent thing would be to redeem some of it and then reinvest some of it into the protocol again to compound your rewards, via buying more of the share token, more CHAM token, or forming more LP to cycle back through the whole process again.
Yeah, gotcha. So we got a question. What are your plans for spreading to other audiences or possible chains, if possible chains? Are there any plans in the works? Are you guys planning on staying on? Can you remind me what chain you guys are on?
We're on Avalanche.
Avalanche. Okay, awesome. So do you guys plan on staying on AVAX or?
For the time being right now, that's all that we have plans for and announced. Originally, Champion was formed to be a cross-chain protocol, but as we got into it, instead of branching into other protocols, we just ended up bringing them, easy way to say it is bringing them to us by using a bridge token on the Avalanche network, for Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's what we're doing. So you get the same benefit of being on some of the other blockchain networks, but having it all stay local to the Avalanche network made it simpler for us right at the moment.
Yeah, very interesting. Kind of branching back from that, can we chat a little bit about the ETF? So is the point that you can actually take profit, is that just at the very end of that dark green? Is that where we're looking?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then do you guys have, let's see, you guys, I see that it says that you guys have your DEX launching. Is this graphic updated, or are you guys waiting for that DEX launch?
This is pre-DEX. The DEX would just add another section to this where the CHAM ETF rewards that are in the trophy room will actually turn to an LP, a CHAM ETF LP, and then, like I mentioned, you'll be able to stake that CHAM ETF LP into the DEX and earn rewards from the DEX. You could, of course, just do the same thing that you're doing here and cash out some of your rewards from the CHAM ETF LP at that time. But it just offers you another way to earn even more rewards by staking that into the DEX. So I'll have to come up with another color to add to the chart to indicate the DEX on here.
Gotcha. So you guys are just constantly expanding. Awesome. Do you guys feel like some of the expansions are gonna, like, as you continue, obviously, and continue to expand, it just becomes more complex? Do you feel like you guys will ever come out with like a full YouTube video kind of going through, or do you guys already have that done? Because I know
No, we haven't done that because most of these features are new and
Gotcha.
And aren't fully implemented yet. And actually, they minor details here and there have changed even in the last couple of weeks. So
Gotcha.
we haven't even talked about that, but it's something that we really should do and will need to do, because it is as compared to a typical tomb fork, there is some additional complexity in our protocol that isn't in most of them.
Gotcha. Very, very awesome. Why AVAX? We got another question.
I wasn't part of the original development team at the time it was initially started,
Mhm.
and to be honest, that's a question I haven't asked them. So I don't. I'm not sure why they chose that. I will
Gotcha.
have to ask them that.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think the chain itself is all right. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it personally, but um, okay, yeah. I think it's Gannon or Ganon. I'm pretty sure it's
Hmm.
because there are no other Tomb Forks doing ETFs there, so they can take the TVL on bigger old Tomb Forks. Okay, that definitely makes sense. So, how long have you guys been working together on Champion Finance? When was the launch, and when is this Dex launch coming?
The initial launch of Champion was July 20th of this year. I've been involved as an investor since sometime early part of August,
Hmm.
and then then like I mentioned at the beginning, I joined them as um, a moderator on the Discord a little while after that, and just in the last few weeks have joined as a team member as their head of community. As
Gotcha.
far as far as I'm sorry, you asked about the Dex too. The Dex is planned. We have both a to-do list and a roadmap on the Discord that you can look at. But somewhere around the end of the year, December timeframe is we're shooting for the Dex.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Okay, so Dex coming up soon. We got the launch of the trophy room in 2 days. Any other big launches you guys have that you wanted to talk about?
Just like I mentioned, the launch of the metal pools, um, which is just some additional rewards, additional way to earn some APR. That'll be about 2 weeks from now. Um, but that's the major things that are on the task list right at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Is there anything that we haven't touched up on that you wanted to touch up on before? I'm gonna ask probably 2 or 3 questions before we get started on this. So, if you guys are in the audience, real quick, and you haven't yet, make sure you guys join the AHA slides. The link is in the AMA questions, and let's be ready for it.
I don't think there's anything else that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm trying to look over the chart here, make sure I covered every area somewhere along the way. I think we hit about just about everything.
Yeah, awesome. I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything, nothing like that. But perfect. Um, let's go ahead and if you guys do have any other questions, ask them while people join. Make sure you guys join the Kahoot. It is up above. Zach posted it just a second ago. Remember that $200 are being given away to the winner or to the winners, I should say. We will have a sliding scale, so one person doesn't make 200 and then leave everyone else at zero. But we got the giveaway coming up, so make sure you guys join the Kahoot and try and win it here. But yeah, you guys have a very interesting system. And do you guys know, or do you know how the team is kind of navigating moving forward after the Dex? Because that's coming up pretty soon. You'd said so. What's next for Champion Finance?
After the Dex, I'm not sure what. I'm sure we're going to look back at the cross chain
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it and see what we might do at that time, but that hasn't been fleshed out for sure. And uh, there's some borrowing and lending that is on our long-term
Mm-hmm.
roadmap, so I'm sure that that'll be one of the next things that'll be worked on. Um, but again, all that's outlined on the website and in our docs and stuff too. So everybody's welcome
Yeah.
to look at that.
Gotcha. Awesome. And the last bit I wanted to ask for the staking in the trophy room, how long is the stake? How long is it locked
Um,
for? Are the funds locked for, I should say?
your fund deposits are locked for 5 days. Um, with rewards are not locked.
Gotcha.
So,
Awesome.
and
So you're just you're locked for 5 days. Rewards aren't locked, but you can't really do too much with your CHAM ETF either way. So it makes sense to just leave them in there. Is what my understanding of what it is, because it's
well,
non-tradable, correct?
it's not tradable, but it's redeemable, so you can cash it
Gotcha.
out, or
Okay.
you know,
Got it. So you can
you don't
redeem it
have to
within the
wait.
system.
Sure, and
Gotcha.
you can,
Okay.
and you can, you could cash out and not have to wait 5 days. If you wanted to compound daily, you could cash out daily, redeem it
Hmm.
daily, and buy more LP or more share token, more CHAM tokens, and stake more into the boardroom then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Awesome. Let me
Or the trophy
get
room. I got to watch myself. Trophy room. I got to say that right.
the trophy room. Perfect. Let me get this up. Yeah, all the different terminologies, I definitely see how they could be getting confusing, getting twisted up a little bit. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started though. So hope you guys are all ready. If you guys aren't in the game, join real quick. We got 10 in here so far, so I know there's a couple people that haven't joined just yet, but we're gonna start it off here. Awesome. All right, question 1 of 10. How will Champion Finance launch the first epoch, or when? I'm sorry. Will they launch the first epoch? I know we've touched up on this for sure. We got the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. Yes, it is actually the 4th. The 4th is coming up quick. Just a couple days from now. Do you want to touch up on the times as well?
Sorry. So was that for me? You want the time?
Yeah. Because you had
The
said that
time.
depends on where you're at, right?
It's opening for pre-staking 1300 UTC on the 3rd. So that's tomorrow my time. I'm not sure where everybody else is. I think the 3rd is probably starting somewhere pretty soon. And then the first epoch will be 18 hours after that. So 7 UTC on the 4th.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. We got 8 people got that one right. Nice. Everybody knows there are 5 CHAM ETF tokens. You want to touch up on that one, on those 5 again?
Yes, they're BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX, USDC, and our own CHAM token.
Awesome. Yep. So those are the 5. And is CHAM ETF tradable or not? There we go. We still got 2 that missed that one. Come on, guys. It is not tradable. We just went over this. Awesome. Next one. What is the name of the Champion Finance share token? What is that share token? We've gone over this today as well.
Just mentioned that a second ago too.
Yeah, right. It's not what you might think it is. Not from these answers, at least. All right, most people, well, half of people got that one right. Yeah, it is CHAM. It is not C share. C share is not a token in the ecosystem. All right, we got, yeah, that threw me off too, because I was looking at it the first time. I was like, C share.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, for sure they would name it that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. What is the reward token for stakers in the trophy room? What is that reward token that you're leaving with? Leaving from the trophy room, you get a couple different things. You get CHAM ETF and AO. Yeah, I forget how do you pronounce that?
I don't know that you do pronounce it. You just say the
Okay.
letters. It's our deck. Our Dex is going to be named Age of Empires, and
Okay.
that's
Off of the game?
and it's going to, yeah,
Okay.
just for fun, and
Gotcha.
and this is just a placeholder token. The original or the real AOE token, which will be the reward token in the Dex, is what it will be called. So we put an A on it for airdrop because it'll be airdrop to it. So
Gotcha. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we had most people get this one right. There's no total supply for Cham ETF because you can mint your own. Can actually mint your own, and the protocol will actually trade you for that Cham ETF as well.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. Think of it if you guys are here and don't understand how that works. Think of it more like you would an LP token. So when you provide, when you essentially throw your money into Cham ETF, think of it like a liquidity token where you can't trade liquidity tokens, but you can unbond them and then you'll get the funds sent back, right? So that's more along the lines of how it operates. All right, next one.
And for people that aren't familiar with it, ETF is kind of a U.S. based term for a kind of an investment pool, where you would have the same type of thing where people would put money into this pool. It's just a fund that might contain 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 assets of some sort, and so it's called an exchange traded fund is what ETF stands for.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what tokens uses as voting power to choose the voted pool? It is that ETF token. Ooh, only one person got that one right in the top 5. All right, we got a new leader. Awesome. 3 questions to go. How long is the time lock for staked funds? We went over this just now. How long is that time lock? We just went over this. Hopefully you guys all get it right. I made sure to ask this at the very end so that it was known.
Yeah, we didn't cover that before you asked that. So.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like, okay, let's try and touch this. We got six people getting that one right. Only 6.
Oh, good. They were listening.
Yep. All right, 5 days. Yep, 5 days is that time lock. 2 more questions to go. Oop, back in reverse. First person just went down to 3rd. All right, let's see this next one. Question 9 of 10. What is the total supply of Cham on AVAX? There is a set supply. I'll let you guys know that much. This we did not cover.
No, we did not cover. You'd have to look that up on our docs.
Yep. What is that total supply?
I'll give everybody a hint. It's a pretty big number.
Yep, we got 4 people that got that one right. Let's see.
It'd be kind of bad to have a share token with only 200 of them, I think.
As long as you fractionalize it, I think it's fine. But we got another leader switched up again. Final question. We'll see who gets this one right. What is the Champion Finance metal pool? What is it? Single stake pool, single stake node, liquidity pool node. What is the metal pool actually doing?
We did kind of talk about that when we were going over the diagram.
Very, very briefly, yes. But it is liquidity pool node. Awesome. Let's see. We got top 3, A, B, C, D in the lead. If you did get one of the top 3, if you wouldn't mind screenshotting and creating a ticket, and we'll get those funds sent out to you. But make sure you do send a screenshot. Super, super important. If you don't,
congratulations, guys.
Can't guarantee anything unless we've seen your name around before. Then we might be able to. But yeah, congrats to number 1, 2, and 3. ABCD, Triton, and Pi. Awesome. Well, that was really great, really great. I liked hearing about everything. I really enjoyed the diagram. I think that is essential for me, at least, when looking through what you guys got going. I'm getting like turned around over here, like, dude, man, I'm trying to remember everything, trying to figure it all out. But the visual definitely helped me. Hopefully, it helps some other people too.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on. If there's anything else you want to touch up on before heading out, let me know.
No, I think I'm about worn out. My voice has had enough for the day. I appreciate y'all taking the time with us. It was great.
Yeah, awesome. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you guys are in here, make sure you guys tune in to our next one. But thank you guys for all coming in and having a good time. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Bye.